tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Brandon, glad you could join us.
Busy day, guys. Busy day. I have four. Wait, how many tab? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 16 pieces of information to share when we go behind the wall.
Holy smokes.
Dude, I was rushing to get the last few screenshots because a few of them came in this morning, like 20 minutes ago. So
Whoa.
We're good.
Hey, did you see the email with the guy asking how to send his Node Market NFT to a different wallet?
Was that bait?
No, that's a real email.
So look what we just added this morning. So in Node Market, if you go over here, we literally added this like last night, I guess, but this morning. So a lot of people were asking about this. How do you send your Node Market NFT?
How
because
do
they
you
want to
do
move
it?
it around.
How do you do it? I've always asked myself.
I know you have. So we built this into Node Market now. It's now functional, so you can go ahead and transfer the NFT from within Node Market. That wasn't there before, so anybody who's asking, I told them yesterday we'd work on this or whatever. So anyway, you can transfer it now from within Node Market. Super simple.
But you have to touch the magnifying glass.
Oh no, we fixed that too.
Go on.
So let's just say we want to do that. All we do is hit confirm and then proceed and then transfer.
Oh snap!
So there's no longer you can't screw it up anymore. There's no more errors. Like it's easy. We fixed it all. Nick. We're good to go. Anyway, so yeah, no more magnifying glass.
Well, we better be careful. The team at Singularity DAO, they said that they're gonna compete.
Dude, you know how fast we did this turnaround? Somebody asked like last night.
That would be a 7-month. That would be a 7-month deployment with a lot of meetings from SDAO.
Believable. But I'm actually that's cool. Come on, guys. Give me a break. That's cool. I'm happy with ourselves.
I'm happy with yourself. All right. What kind
that was
of
a great lead in now.
Do you have any housekeeping? One piece of housekeeping, because I'm getting some emails. If you're buying the Node Market NFTs more than 2, like 2 or more, then we're still doing the matching Hypercycle node licenses until the compute phase is like officially rolled out to everyone. So until that goes, so if you buy 8, we'll give you 8. Just make sure it's in a number that we can give you that number. It needs to be an even number.
Also, that's a good question. Also, a good answer is these aren't actually on Node Market. They're in your MetaMask wallet. So you're not actually moving them off of Node Market. You're moving them. For example, you're moving it from one wallet to another wallet, or they want to give it to their friend or something, cool like that. That's a good question.
We're just putting it where you can see all of your assets using Node Market as like an interface, but Node Market's not holding or housing or warehousing anything. Same as the exchange. There's not like a bucket where Node Market tokens sit waiting for people to buy them or whatever, or Hypercycle tokens or whatever. It's peer-to-peer. So it's you and someone else reaching an agreement. We're just in the middle to let you guys do a handshake. That's it. You best believe.
You'll also notice, and I had a couple questions, tilling, right? So there was a couple different batches. We just sent these things out in order that we received the order, we sent them out. So some of them show different uptime stats as far as tilling now, and this is all the children nodes have inherited. We've actually showed it so they display active now, and they show the inherited uptime. And so some of them show different. Some of them show like 5,000 hours. Some of them show 786. So you got them in the order that we received. And remember, all this is free tilling for you guys regardless. So I'm grateful. You guys can choose to act however you want, but I'm grateful for this because
Hey,
this is
Brandon, are
resources.
those ordered by? I guess, is there a way to order them by how much tilling they've had?
No, not yet.
Could we put
No.
that?
Creation time? No. Yeah, we can, but it takes a lot more work. I could explain that, but anyway, well,
Okay.
we're working on it still. But
'Cause
anyway, what I wanted to say,
a lot of people that were buying, let's say if you were going to buy, there was 6 32 license bundles, rather than look at each one, it would be cool just to know which one's been tilling longer. Okay, that
Yeah,
might
so-
be a factor.
yeah, definitely. This one's been tilling longer, so you'd probably buy this one. So
Yeah.
but you'll
So
also notice.
if you could rank by the earliest tilling or something like that, rank by tilling, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we've talked about that. There's an issue with it, and it's on their table database. Anyway, but we are working on that, so you can sort that way. But like for example, this is one of our masters that we have, and you can see that it's tilling. You'll notice somebody else put a master license for sale, and you can go in there and you can see that it's never been active and it's never tilling. And they got it 7 months ago. So Evan, who wants to sell his master license, has never has 0 tilling on it. So the people that are benefiting from tilling.
Is that a miscommunication thing? Is that just that it's not it's because shouldn't
Oh
it be?
no. I mean, he didn't. Did he till it?
Well, I mean, weren't they all tilling?
Not his.
Oh, do you think it came over from Cardano, perhaps?
Yeah, he got it from Cardano, never tilled it.
Ah, man, that's some bullshit.
So what I'm saying is, if you guys got it through us, bonus. You know what I'm saying? So that's
holla.
you'll start to notice that. So
That's where Chris's question is appropriate here, is that will it make a difference in a year? Yeah, because think about it. Every 6 months to 18 months, you're going to have a node division, meaning 1 become 2, 2 become 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, every 6 to 18 months. So if you were halfway closer or all the way to another division, that doubles the revenue you're going to generate once the compute error rolls out. So yes, tilling does make a difference. That's part of that's the whole idea behind wealth creation. Tilling gets you closer to your first division, regardless of compute, regardless of companies, using your little baby data centers, your nodes to do compute. We're still tilling. Tilling's getting you closer to your first division, so that once revenue starts being generated for compute, you're just going to make twice as much, and then 4 times as much, and then 8, 16, and all those numbers I just said, because math.
Let's see. The question, having trouble finding my 8 nodes and its license connections. So don't be scared, guys, to
Don't be scared.
click around. Don't be scared to click around.
Click
We've
around.
done a lot of features, but you still got to use some intuition a little bit. And then, so up here, you'll see a couple things. You'll see Hypercycle Node Manager and View Profile. Like if I was going to look at what I own in my wallet, I guess I could go either way, but this one requires a node market NFT. But you can view your profile, and you got NFTs, and you said you're looking for licenses. So if I was going to click one of these, I think I would click tokens if I was looking for. No, wait, hold on. I would probably click licenses. Oh, there's my licenses. Okay, so that's how you can kind of figure things out. You got NFTs, licenses, token order. Anyway, so I'd probably, if you're looking for licenses, click on licenses. There you go. And I hopefully that helps a little bit. But yeah, your account section, and then if you have a node market NFT, we could yeah. Anyway, so
wait. Go on.
We have built something so cool, and it's fully tested now. We could turn the rest of this on if we wanted. The hypershares, we can make it so you guys can actually create your hypershares and list the entire bundle. Like if you wanted to sell tokens and licenses at the same time as a bundle, which could add value, and we could turn that on. But I also wouldn't recommend doing that unless you want to stop tilling on your licenses, because once you create a hypershare, it'll stop the master node won't be tilling for your child node any longer, but you can do it if you wanted. Anyway, unless you know how to start tilling on your hypershare,
Oh, snap.
which you could do that too.
Which leads to a couple questions. One, with enough tilling, could you start out with a split immediately? All of the basically compute uptime and reputation are each like a 1.26. So it's like 1.26 times 1.26 times 1.26, and they all escalate until the total score is a 2. At a 2, that's you can do a division of nodes, a split, whatever you want to call it. I think split's probably the wrong term, a division. But I think yes.
It's a mitosical division.
Yeah, it's mitotic. Yeah, so yes, I think. I don't want to say anything because there may be some function that Tufi and Dan have built where you can't start splitting until there's actual compute going across the ecosystem. And right now that's being done, but in a test environment to make sure that nothing gets melted down. Trying to understand the long-term value of Hyper AI Box. Okay, well, the long-term value is it would still manage those nodes, but if those nodes split, it's not going to handle as many with the same efficacy. Think of it like you have your coffee shop and you have twice as many customers, but you have the same computer, the same barista. She's nice, but let's face it, she can't handle all those other people. You're going to have to hire somebody else. You may have to make the build out that back area and double the size of your coffee shop. So you have to expand your compute with the expansion in the work requests that you're getting. So again, twice as many people at the coffee shop, you need twice as big of a coffee shop to service that at capacity. If you didn't expand your hardware resources, you would still be participating, but only with half the efficacy. Does that make sense? So you still got to expand your hardware, and that's where a lot of people would probably run like a Hyper AI Box. Once it got to the point where it was going to split, and it split, you might send some nodes off to Hyper-PG. You might elect to expand your hardware. You might elect to point it towards some kind of cloud-based virtual instance of your, leverage someone else's hardware, basically. So you would either do it or they would do it. So that's if you expand your business, you have to expand your business. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. You're saying don't marry tokens yet. Yes, that's what we're saying. You don't need to until the compute phase is rolled out. Just keep getting your tilling. You don't have to do anything. Just owning them is tilling, which means you don't have to have any resources. You don't have to have any computers, nothing. So just sit back, just chill, wait for this Ethereum ETF in August. Brandon, we'll talk about that, I guess, behind the wall. I'm still not convinced.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
I'm still not convinced that tomorrow or Friday we get the ETF. The reason I'm a little dubious because we only got one half of the SEC negotiations, meaning the SEC updated the exchanges and the SEC told some of the filers to make some updates to their filings. But what they did before the Bitcoin one is they had everybody come in. So this seems like it would be preferential treatment to what is it, ARK and Van Eck?
Wait, let's talk about this behind the wall. I think.
I mean, that's at least I just read an article from the guys that broke the news. And that's why they said 75%, not 100%, because it's not the same. It's not the same amount of chatter as it was before the Bitcoin. See, like for instance, timeline wise, this kind of chatter was about 2 to 3 weeks before the Bitcoin final deadlines.
Yeah.
There's another group of deadlines a few weeks from now. And so this chatter, if it was with the Bitcoin, and again, Bitcoin's not Ethereum and the rules, I get it, it's different. But if this was the same chatter as the Bitcoin chatter, then we would still be a couple weeks early.
Interesting. I can explain
remember,
the difference.
It's the 19B4s and the S9s.
That's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of those need to get approved for the ETF to get approved. So the
Well,
19B4s
yeah, the
are the ones.
19B4 goes first, and then the
Yep.
S9 is the actual filing where they say their fee structure, and none of
Yep.
that's been adjusted. They haven't even talked about that yet. At least as far as this article that I read.
Okay. Yeah, let's go over that. We'll
Yeah.
we'll talk about that behind
Okay.
the wall here.
So you
We
may
got all that.
have more information on that, but I was just reading the article. You know, Eric Balkunis and Seafart.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Seafart and Eric. They're so cute.
You got you know
Actually,
what,
pretty
though?
actually pretty reliable sources. Actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
kind
I
of
don't
like
think
them.
they're not wrong. Yeah, so they've been pretty accurate.
Yeah, and they're not. They don't seem to have a horse in it. Like they're not
Yeah,
maxis of
They don't
anything.
care.
They
Yeah,
don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. So they've been good. Solid.
Let's see. How long will we have once we create a hypershare to point our node to compute? Well, you should have that lined up. You should have your decision about what hardware you're going to create and all that done first. Then you marry the tokens and point them. It should just be all done at once. So have your hardware situation in your mind figured out beforehand. I mean, you have infinity, but you will lose once you marry those tokens. Tilling stops. So you'd want to go marry point. It's not going to be like if it's 3 minutes, you've blown up your whole thing. I mean, it's not.
No, you'll lose like an hour. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can tell by the ones that have been down for a little bit. It's not a big deal.
So if I want to see my license, I have to click on licenses. Okay, here we go. Howard, why did you put the creepy picture back? The creepy, your uncle's on methamphetamines again, and he's just entered the house with some, broken Christmas gifts, and it's in the middle of May picture. He's off his benzodiazepine picture. That's that picture. That's a scary picture. If he came knocking on your door like, hey, singing telegram, would you'd close the door and call the police right then?
Right up.
Yep. How do we purchase a hypercycle appliance? What is the timeline to purchase or build that's not a us thing. We're not them. I don't know. Brandon,
talk to Evan. I mean, he knows more about this.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay at arm's length on this one because I'm pretty wrapped up in what we're doing and I want to focus on it. So that would be something to reach out to them. I know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do you have to keep buying HYPC boxes if you don't send them? You mean if you don't point your token somewhere else? No, you could find some other hardware solution. You might find other devices that will work, a gaming rig and things like that. They're just going to all have different efficacy, right? Different AI workloads might require different hardware or more robust hardware. So to be able to do the most amount of AI compute, but you know what? A lot of people will probably do just fine, just managing very tiny little workloads, but over and over. That's the whole thing. There's going to be a bunch of different AI. Every AI workload is not training a new large language model, right? With 2 billion tokens and 15 trillion parameters. Like that's not. Some of them are just like, hey, convert this love letter into Spanish using OCR. Cool, done. So there's all kinds. There's a wide kind of swath of different transactions that you would receive, your little data center would receive. That could be very minimal to very large. It just depends on your AI machine and their AI machines communicating. And also, a lot of it has to do with locality, meaning it's the distance too. So if you're close to people that might be running workloads nearby, it might leverage some of your equipment, even if it's not fit for purpose, to do some of those tasks and then continue to push outward, looking for nodes that are sufficient. So that's the way it works. It's going to defer to proximity, and then it's going to keep looking for the right kind of partners to do those workloads. And this is all happening very fast, like, hundredths of a second, 300 milliseconds. I think that's the total latency or whatever, 200 to 300 milliseconds. That's like the worst. That's transaction there and back like 5 times. Like, so this is a very fast network. You just have to think in different, you have to imagine, that those cell phone companies that have that picture of like the United States, and it's got all those like little pew, pew, pew. Look at all of our little towers and all that for connectivity.
Coverage. Yeah.
That's kind of the way you might think about it. Like one of those dots is going to have a workload. It's going to go pew, and it's going to go look for the closest hypercycle nodes that can help them. And then it will keep looking until it's solved its task and then done. And everybody gets paid respective of their efforts. Bam. Brandon, could license purchase? I know we're going to get behind the wall. We'll just do a couple more. Could license purchase between November 15th and April 15th have different total tilling times? And if so, why? Wouldn't they all begin on November 15th? No. I think October, I think technically end of October was the beginning date, wasn't it?
Well, even so, let's just say that you bought one in December 1st. That's right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Hypercycle actually didn't even start tilling a batch that we sold until later, I've noticed. So even though they were sold, they didn't even start tilling till like February or something like that. So
yeah.
Or March.
So just think of them in batches, and whenever they started tilling those master nodes, whatever nodes you bought, whatever master node they're attached to, whenever that started tilling, that's when your particular node licenses would have started tilling.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you dig?
Let's get behind the wall. We got to talk about what's going on because there's a lot. There's so much. I'm like,
so much.
I'm like, yeah, there's a lot.
There's muy mucho, one might say.
I'm turning off X right now.
What? Well, you can't turn it off yet. I haven't done the music.
Yeah. I'll turn it off when you start the music. When you end the music. When you end the advertisement. When you end,
because we got our.
I'm turning it off. I got it. I want to X-nay X.
I could have GPT do the segue and make it different each time, but I don't think you guys are ready for that. I don't think you deserve it. So I'm just gonna use my reporter.
We're not ready. We're not ready for that.
No, you're not.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
See you later, Facebook. What the smokes? Stop it. Remove. Hey, Brandon, guess what I'm going to do tonight?
This better be good. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm going to go eat a steak.
Oh, you're so lucky, dude. Steaks are the best. Honestly,
steaks rule.
Steaks are